Today I'm here with Bill Ryan, independent animal nutritionist and a dairy farm in East Cork. Bill is going to tell us about the use of beet in an animal's diet. Bill, so since the departure of the sugar beet industry, fodder beet was predominant. What was being used since then?
Yeah, I suppose just when the sugar beet industry left Ireland, there was a little bit of carryover seed, and there was a switch then to maybe to a bit more promotion of fodder beet and mixed with sugar beet. And what we found was that the farmers that grew maybe half and half for the first couple of years, they realised the difference in dry matter, right? And they were getting an extra performance off of the higher dry matter. And like in sugar terms, the higher the dry matter, you're getting up to 70% sugar in those high dry matter beets. Whereas if the lower down you go, so if you're doing grazing beets, you could be down those 50% sugar in those beets. So the sugar is the energy, that's what drives us really.
Bill, chopping beet is very important. Can you explain the size difference?
I suppose that if you think of cattle first of all as like children, right? They just have a sweet tooth. So, and it's a TMR is basically their dinner. So what you're wanting to do is, if you take a child's dinner and you put a bundle of Smarties through it, right, they'll pull the Smarties out of it. No matter how well you like it, they're going to pull the Smarties out of it. So the more Smarties that's in it, the longer it takes them to pull it out of it, and the less chance they have. So if you look at it in your point of view, most people they don't put any thought into chop size. So it's very easy for a greedy cow or a greedy bull to pull a lot of beet out of that. So he can nearly eat 100% of his diet as beet, and that'll have nutritional impact for him and performance impact for him. Whereas you chop it down to that size, it's a lot harder. So when he goes to pull that, he inevitably is going to take a bit of potato and a bit of silage and a bit of straw with it.
Bill, to get from this size to that size,
I suppose it's fairly simple really, Ned. Basically all you do is you close down the chopping in real terms, so you make it just a little bit slower going through it, or if you can't do that, just run it through the chopper a second time. Yeah. It's fairly simple.
Chop it twice.
Chop it twice.
Bill, washing beet, is it important?
Yeah, to be honest with you, Ned, it's the secret really of success, no matter how clean it looks, just because the way beet is, it has a relatively large surface area, so you'll always have a percentage of tear or earthen material on it. I suppose to put a figure on it, from 5 to 10% depending on harvesting conditions. To put that into real terms, that is anything from a half a kilo to a kilo of earthen material in a 10 kilo feeding rate. And the trouble with it is that it's undigestible. You also run the risk of introducing mycotoxins into the diet that'll impair the natural growth of bacteria. And the other thing then is that actually lodges within the base of the rumen, and it may affect animal health and nutrient absorption. If you think of our stomachs as a bit like Guinness's brewery, right? It's the same fermentation process going on it, so you're actually adding in carbohydrate and sugar into it. So if you're adding in the potential foreign material, it'll affect that fermentation process, and it'll affect the growth of the bacteria and the food conversion efficiency. Currently, this is food conversion efficiency. Now, this is very easy solved, Ned, by using just a simple washing and chopping system, and that gets rid of all those problems and improves your food conversion efficiency.
Bill, thank you so much. This is very, very informative today. For our viewers, if you want to find out anything else about beet, please contact us.